Welcome back. This is the 30th Pan-Pacific Conference from the Sandton Convention Centre in Johannesburg, South Africa. The event co-hosted by the Faculty of Management of the University of Johannesburg. I'm sitting here with Rogers Matama from the Makerere University Business School in Kampala, Uganda.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for appreciating.
Fascinating paper that you wrote on Uganda and the labor force there.
Yes.
Your paper being entitled Work Ethics and Family Business Competitiveness in East Africa.
Yes.
You start with a very bleak picture on
Yes.
productivity of the Ugandan population.
Yes.
Why is the situation that bad?
Well, the situation is that the cultural tenets that we have in Uganda are not so competitive. And to that extent, most Kenyans have come to Uganda and they are working. They are taking on most of the great jobs, including banking, hospitality. So the whole thing is that with the current integration, economic integration, if we rush into the integration and we do not look into it, we are likely to be run and led by only Kenyans in whatever we do.
How did the situation got to this point of Ugandan being dominated by a dependent youth when it comes to the labor force?
The dependent youth are not working, but because most of the time they're right from home. The education, it is said actually that the education that is there is not that good. There are some who are educated very well, but most of them right from the families. That's actually, it's connected to the family business. Most of the family businesses have not involved their children right from the start. They have actually sent them to the education institutions. They come ready for white-collar jobs, minimum at blue-collar jobs.
Very interesting. And then looking towards some of your recommendations that you could make.
Yes.
Obviously, right now, Uganda is in the situation of most of the best jobs being taken over by Kenyans.
Yes.
And this situation, you in Uganda want to see turned around.
Yes.
How would you do that?
Partly the reason as to why I even came for this Pan-Pacific conference is to get some solutions. But the first recommendation is that why go very far? First learn from Kenya. How is Kenya doing it? How is it training its people? How are the universities working into it? There is an aggressive PPP, public-private partnership, which is being conducted in Kenya. I know Uganda is doing it, but we need to borrow a leaf from Kenya and other places where it has worked. So in order for us to survive with the current globalization, with the current speed of which economic integration is taking place, we need to be fast in all those avenues. In fact, in this conference, we learned a lot. One of them is strategic agility, which is fundamental in making us survive and become competitive and compete favorably, not only with Africa, but also with China.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time,
You're most
Rogers
welcome, sir.
Matama.
Thank you so much.
I've been speaking to Rogers Matama, a senior lecturer at the Makerere University Business School in Uganda. You're watching coverage of the 30th Pan-Pacific Conference, co-hosted by the Faculty of Management at the University of Johannesburg, developing future-fit leadership.